Welcome once again to our commerce classroom. In this session, we will discuss about legality of object and consideration. Legality of object and consideration. All of you know that for a valid contract, it is essential that the object and consideration of the agreement must be lawful. For a valid contract, it is essential that the object and consideration of the agreement must be lawful. Section 10 lays down that all agreements are contracts if made for lawful consideration and with a lawful object. I repeat, Section 10 lays down that all agreements are contracts if made for lawful consideration and with a lawful object. According to Section 23 of the Indian Contract Act, the object and consideration of an agreement shall be unlawful in the following cases. I repeat, according to Section 23 of the Indian Contract Act, the object and consideration of an agreement shall be considered unlawful in the following cases. Our first case, if it is forbidden by law. It is forbidden by law. This clause refers to agreements which are declared illegal by law. This clause refers to agreements which are declared illegal by law. An act or undertaking is forbidden by law when it is punishable by criminal law of the country. When it is punishable by criminal law of the country, or is prohibited by special legislation or by regulations made by competent authority under power derived from legislature. Second case, if it is such a nature that if permitted it would defeat the provisions of any law. I repeat, if it is such a nature that if permitted it would defeat provisions of any law. Example, an agreement between husband and wife to live separately is invalid as being opposed to Hindu law. Another example, an agreement by a debtor not to raise the plea of limitation in a suit by the creditor. Then third case mentioned in Section 23, if it is fraudulent. If it is fraudulent, an agreement whose object or consideration is to defraud others, it is unlawful and hence void. I repeat, an agreement whose object or consideration is to defraud others, it is considered unlawful and void. Then fourth case mentioned in Section 23, if it is injurious either to person or his property. If it is injurious either to person or his property. Example, an agreement to commit an assault or to beat a person has been held unlawful and void. Fifth case, if the court regards it as immoral. Court regards it as immoral. The term immoral depends upon the standard of morality prevailing at a particular place and time. The scope of the word immoral here extends to the following. First one, sexual immorality. Example, prostitution. Second one, interference with marital relations. Example, an agreement for future separation between husband and wife is void ab initio, it being immoral in the eye of law. And thirdly, such acts which are against good public morals. Sixth case mentioned in Section 23, if the court regards it as opposed to public policy. Court regards it as opposed to public policy. The agreements that are injurious to the public or against the public good or public welfare are void. I repeat, the agreements that are injurious to the public or which are against the public good or public welfare are void. These are the 6 cases mentioned under Section 23 of Indian Contract Act. The object and consideration of an agreement shall be unlawful.